Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. My name is George Kingori. I'm your online finance guy who speaks about all things finance, how you can be able to save, how you can be able to invest, and how you can be able to grow in your finances. And today I'm going to do a follow-up on a video I did on how to send money to Kenya from abroad to your Mpesa. And I was given several options that you can be able to send your money to, and I want to do a review of that video to bring about two other platforms that you can be able to use. However, this is a product review on the services that they have been offered to me and how much they will be able to cost you and which platform should you be able to use as you send your money to Kenya. And the three platforms that I'm going to do a comparison with is remit, Rewire, and Wise or TransferWise. I did the video on TransferWise. However, I was given other options and I'm going to do that review. So let us go right ahead and do it. So the first one that I'm going to review is Rewire. So Rewire, and I'm going to do for a small amount of money that you're going to send to Kenya and a big amount of money that you're going to send to Kenya, because all these platforms charge on a different way. Remember, these platforms makes their money in two possible ways. The first way, which is what is you are able to see and what is more direct to you as a customer that you can be able to understand, is fees. There are some like Rewire that charges 1% on the amount of money that you are sending. There are some like remit that charges 0.99 euros for every amount of money that you are sending. Again, I'm going to use euros as a base currency, which I have used myself sending money to Kenya. So 0.99 euros for any amount of money that you're going to send. However, the second way that they make money is through exchange rates, and I am using euro to Kenya shillings. And this is where it gets interesting. On this particular day, Rewire was offering me 127 shillings and 70 cents for every euro that I have. That is Rewire. Then remit was offering me 124 euros 70 cents for every euro I have. So 124 shillings and 70 cents for every euro I have. A bit again, remit is a bit lower than Rewire in exchange differences. Then Wise, the one that I talked about, was offering me 130 shillings and 6 cents on the same day. So in terms of the amount of money that you receive, Wise was giving the best rate at 130 shillings and 6 cents for every euro that I had. Then followed by Rewire with 127 shillings and 70 cents. Then the last one was remit at 124 shillings and 70 cents. Remember, they make money in two possible ways. So they can get the best possible rate but offer you a lower rate to be able to get the difference. And this difference actually adds up. So you cannot judge these three platforms without looking at two cost comparisons for two amounts of money that I am sending. So a small amount and a big amount. The first amount that I'm sending is 60 euro. So how much would it cost me to send this amount of money in Rewire? If you're using Rewire for the first or second time, it is usually free, but they charge you 1% for every subsequent amount after that. So for 60 euros that I am sending, they would charge me 60 cents for that amount of money. So if I was to send 60 euros to Mpesa, I will be able to get at that rate, and doing the reduction in the fees, I would get 7,585 and 38 cents for Rewire. For remit, I was given a rate of 124 and 70 cents, and the fees was 0.99 euros, which was consistent for the whole time, no matter the amount of money that you are sending. The recipient would receive 7,482 shillings on the Mpesa number for the same 60 euros. Again, doing adjustments for the fees that they are charging. Then Wise, the person that I am sending the money to, would be charged 3 euros and 25 cents for sending. That is the amount that I'm sending. And I would send less of the 60 euros. So what they do in Wise, they deduct the amount that they're going to charge you from the amount that you're going to send, and they send the difference. So they were charging 3 euros and 25 cents for sending the same 60 euros, and so I was sending 56 euros and 75 cents, which is the difference, and the person was receiving 7,381. So if you're sending 60 euros, then the other thing that we need to note is in the processing speed. While Remit is giving you hours of rate, however, the money that you send is received much earlier. They are the fastest when it comes to speed. While Remit, number 1, speed. Number 2 is Rewire. Then the last one is Wise. So that is the speed in terms of sending these amounts of money. Of course, the difference in speed is not too much, because the first one was able to send the money within 7 minutes, the second one was able to send the money within 8 minutes, then the last one was able to send the money within 15 minutes. So it is not a whole world of difference, but it is good to note. So in terms of sending the small amount of money, then I would suggest you send your money through Rewire. For one reason, it is cheaper. In fact, it is cheaper by the next available one by 100 shillings. So if 100 is a big enough difference for you in terms of cost, go for Rewire. If a minute is more important to you in terms of sending the money, or the speed of sending, then go with Wild Remit, because you will pay only 100 shillings more and get the money a minute earlier. So 60 euros, you can use Wild Remit. And if you want your money fast, or use Rewire if you want your money a lot more money. So does this math hold up when we are sending more money, say 1,000 euros? So you're doing a construction, or you're sending money for a development program or school fees, and you're sending a big amount of money. Which platform should you use? So for the same 1,000 euros, I will still offer the same rate by Rewire, which is 127.70. Then they were charging 10 euro fees for sending that amount of money. Again, 1% of the money that you are sending. The person who is going to receive the money would receive 126,423 shillings on their Mpesa or their bank. That is the amount of money that they would receive. 126,423 in their account. Again, I'm doing adjustment for the fees that you are paying. It's adjusted for the fees, so it is a real value for comparison purposes, so that it can make sense to you. Then the second platform is Wild Remit. So for the same 1,000 euros, Wild Remit would give me the same rate of 124.70 per euro, and the fees is consistent, 0.99 euros for the same amount of money. So the person that I am sending the money to would receive 124,700. Again, a little bit lower than Rewire, even though Rewire has more fees. And that is why I want you to have a financial mind, because you need to look at the total costs of your transaction. So the third one is TransferWise, the one that I did the video about. So they will give you the best rate in the market at 130 euros, 130 130.06, and they were giving a rate. They were giving fees of 14.70 euros. And because the amount is deducted, remember I told you they deduct the amount, so you're going to send 985.30 because they deduct the amount of money beforehand. So we do not need to do an adjustment for that amount, unlike the two previous ones. So for them, they would transfer 128,234. So again, in terms of costs, if you're just looking at fees, Royal Remit would have the lowest fees. But in terms of the value in shillings that you receive, then the best, if you want to get the best rate and the most amount of money as you send the 1,000 euros, is to go with TransferWise, because they would give you 128,234. Compare this with 126,423 in the next higher amount, which is Rewire. The difference is almost 4,000 shillings. 4,000 shillings could be able to pay for food for a Kenyan, one single Kenyan, for a month, food for a month. So it is significant difference. Or even 8 bags of cement for your construction project. So it is a significant amount of money. So if you're going to send more money, say 1,000 euros or $1,000 or a lot more money, send with TransferWise or Wise. Send with Wise, because you're going to get the biggest value received by the person that you're sending your money to. If you're looking at speed, again, it's the same. In terms of speed, World Remit is faster, but only by a minute to the next best, which is Rewire, by 8 minutes, when this other is 7 minutes. Then the other one will be able to receive the money in 8 minutes. However, it is good to note that if you're sending money and the other person has more money, the money may take a while to reflect whichever platform you use. If the money when it comes is above 150,000 shillings, which is the maximum that they can be able to do in a particular day. So again, that is cuts across everyone. But in terms of speed, World Remit will be faster, but will your 8 minutes later or 6 minutes later of sending be worth 4,000 shillings that you will lose? So again, for me, it's a no-brainer. You use Wise to send the 1,000 euros, then you use Rewire to send your small amount of money, say 60 euros or 50 euros. But the mathematics flips when you go beyond. So when you're going anything from 1 euro to 200 euro, you can use Rewire, because it's a bit faster and the value is a bit better. The amount of money that you receive is a little bit better. However, it is not so great. It is in the hundreds, not in the thousands as you might think. But however, any amount of money above 200 euros or $200, go for Wise, because you're going to get an exceptionally higher amount of money. If it is speed that you're looking for, go for World Remit. Or if you're sending a high amount of money, go for Wise. I hope that I have done a wonderful review for you, and you will be able to make a decision as you send your money. I will send a link down below for Wise and other platforms, so that you can be able to use them if you so desire. I hope that I have been helpful to you in your financial journey. You are learning, you are growing, and you are kept motivated. Thank you, and enjoy your day.